terms of the climate outlook for Australia, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. First of all, the good news, and that is in terms of the El Nino alert that we have been seeing has been downgraded to an El Nino watch. So there's a lesser risk of an El Nino developing in the coming season. So that is good news, particularly for farmers in eastern Australia. And so the reason why is because the sea surface temperatures are not quite as warm as they have been. So what's happening on the surface, they're pretty much just as warm, hasn't really changed. But below the surface, we've actually seen cooling. And the other factor is that the atmosphere hasn't quite been responding to what's been happening at the surface. So the trade winds and the cloud cover are not showing the signs of an El Nino developing, just like the sea surface temperatures are. So it doesn't look like we're going to move into El Nino anymore, but it is still definitely a risk. Now, the bad news is that a positive IOD event is likely to develop. So that's in the Indian Ocean, so the waters to the west of Australia are cooling at the moment. And 5 of the 6 global models are forecasting for a positive IOD event to develop. And that could have impacts lasting right through until Christmas, and the trends, generally speaking, are towards warmer and drier than usual conditions. So across the last 9 positive IOD events, this is the average condition. So you can see drier than usual, particularly through central and southern parts of Australia through the winter spring period. And also in terms of temperatures, warmer than usual, particularly through the west and across the south. Now that is especially during the spring months when we have those warmer than usual conditions developing. So this is just what has happened in the past, and there are other climate factors to consider in the coming months, and we'll cover that in the next few days with our climate outlooks.